In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about how you can go ahead and customize your product manager resume for big tech companies utilizing ChatGPT 4.0. So one of the biggest challenges that people are having right now is actually grabbing the attention of hiring teams. Whether it's a big tech company or a mid-sized company, companies have been doing layoffs. So what that challenge has really created is that you have hiring teams that are more overworked than ever doing, I would say, 4 to 6, 7 people's jobs. And that means your resume is stuck in the inbox and not exactly able to go ahead and always get readership on your resume any more than you're getting blown up for newsletters. Like, a lot of people subscribe to newsletters that they never ever unsubscribe to, but at the same time, they're also not reading it. So I get pinged all the time from people that are asking me, Rich, can you go ahead and review my resume? And I'm letting people know the most effective thing for you to do in this job hunt is to get as many resumes out. Now, I know what people are going to be thinking as soon as they see this. You guys are going to go out there and be thinking, Rich, do you think like I need to go ahead and customize my resume for every company that I'm going to go ahead and apply to? And I'm going to go ahead and tell you no, nor should you. But here's a few different criteria points that you should consider if you're going to go ahead and utilize this methodology. You should only go ahead and consider doing this, and I'm going to let you know how to access these templates at the very end of the video, so definitely stay until the end of the video if you want access to them. Is this: if there is a tech company out there that you personally really want to work at, and you feel that your background is a really good fit for this role, and you want them to just stop what it is that they're doing and just grab their attention a little bit longer so they at least give you somewhat of a shot instead of all the other resumes that are coming into their inbox, then I would recommend that you do this. And also, like, if you're following me on YouTube, you're always hearing me saying, like, you should apply to as many product manager positions as possible. You should go ahead and always, like, go out there and get as much volume as possible. Yes, and that's how our members have been getting their jobs, as you can go ahead and see from my YouTube channel right here, which I'm going to low-key overtly flex. We are getting 3 to 5 testimonials per week out in the marketplace, and these people are landing multiple offers, averaging high volume of interviews. However, if there is that one company that you really want to work at, and you feel like you want to go ahead and customize it, because at the end of the day, the reason why you're customizing a resume is you want them to feel like, you know, they're special, right? If you're going to do it, you might as well go ahead and do it right. This is a methodology that I'm going to go ahead and just throw out there as a suggestion. I'm not telling you you have to do it. I'm not saying you need to do it. I'm not saying to go ahead and change up your entire application and interview strategy. But I have talked to a few of the members that have landed product manager offers at big tech. If you really want to know who they are, go ahead and reference and definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel, hint, hint. But if you want to go ahead and take a look, but I swear to God, iPhone has been listening to all of my convos, because just as I was talking about this with one of our past members, who's also one of my friends out here in New York, I actually had this YouTube short pop up from somebody named Lillian Chu over there at Spotify. I don't know if she created this resume template or not, but she talked about 3 tips for landing an internship, how she was able to go ahead and do it. I don't know if she created this template herself, but there was this Spotify resume template there, and that kind of got me back. You know, I was talking to a few people, and they said, does that stuff even work? And I said, listen, when I was a recruiter, which you can check my LinkedIn, I was a recruiter for 3 years, working at a staffing agency. When you send over a resume like this, granted, another disclaimer is the content is good. Like, these sentences here are good. And you have this extra, you know, this customized template here that's designed for that very specific company. You guys can go ahead and check out, just to give her a shout out, you guys can go ahead and check out her YouTube channel right here. Granted, we don't look like, you know, obviously this template doesn't look like that, but I created it off of a different platform, right? And this was a different time. That just shows them like you really want to work there, and it's going to stop and get a few more minutes of their attention in a time where everybody's attention is only dwindling. It's getting more and more limited. It'll get them to stop, but the content here has to be good. when I was a recruiter, getting back to my original story, whenever people did something like this, the first thing it does is it definitely separates you from the pack, because you're thinking about it, like you're working on a Zoom call and then you get this resume that comes through from LinkedIn or from your internal recruiter or from a staffing agency recruiter. Hell, when I used to get it and working at an agency, I would actually send this thing around to my colleagues and we would actually look at it, right? And then on top of that, like let's just say this one here is for Meta or like this one here is for Google. It's going to get you to stop and actually take a look at this. Granted that the information is good, they're going to actually look at it some more. But this, if you're thinking about it in terms of content, is a very shareable piece of information about you as a professional. Why? You honestly think if the layout looks good and at the same time the content also looks good, you honestly think somebody's going to keep this thing to themselves? No, they're going to send it around Slack, right? They're going to go out there and actually send it around Slack. They're going to go ahead and talk about it during lunchtime. They're going to go out there and actually reference you out. And they're actually going to go at, you're actually going to leave a memorable impression. But granted, your content on the resume template has to be good. Like, you can't just have a really nice package and a really nice presentation of a product, but when people are actually using it, it's not great, right? So if you're doing it like that, then like absolutely it's like, oh, like if this person's a rock star product manager and they took the time to go out there and make a template for us, like this one here is for TikTok, right? It's like, oh, you know, these are the TikTok colors, nice, nice, nice. Like that's really going to go ahead and actually get their attention more so than I would just say like, because right now there's a lot of great resumes that are just getting passed. That's just a fact. Like I recently just recorded, if you take a look at, I don't think it's up on YouTube, but I had somebody that applied to 3,000 applications to go out there and get their product manager job with us recently, right? One of my members here, he was averaging about 25 product manager interviews, like 25 product manager interviews a week. This is probably one of my best performing videos down here. From Dennis, gentleman's currently working at Venmo. Just shout out for him. But if you're thinking about it, it makes a lot of sense. But granted, number one, the content has to be good. If your content is bad, they're going to definitely be pissed off. But you still might get some shares and some laughs because it's just like right now, it's such a high pressure work environment. You're probably like, they're probably definitely going to go out there and share it and talk about it. So the contents definitely has to be good and you have to have the skills there too. So I did provide some examples. This is the standardized template we're using across the board. I'm going to leave y'all to go ahead and fill in the rest of the blanks. But with that said, if you want access to these templates, link to the skull is actually in the description. You can go ahead and then also DM me on LinkedIn if you want access. If you're a product gym member already, you already have access to these. Just go ahead and check the internal portal. DM me if you can't find it. My name is Rich, one of the co-founders here at Product Gym. Please go ahead and subscribe to our videos. It really helps us continue to produce additional videos for y'all. And on top of all of that, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We're putting out a lot of great information. A lot of members here are actually getting product manager jobs. Even in this market, I want to know how I can be a better resource for y'all. If you're struggling to land your next product manager role, DM me on LinkedIn for a time to chat. I would love to go ahead and actually speak with you or have somebody from my team go ahead and chat with you. Talk to you very, very soon.